my lovelies, it's Angela speaking. I told you I really am no good at introductions, and so that's a little bit embarrassing really, and I really need to come up with something that says, this is Angela speaking to you. So hi, I'm just going to jump right in. Yesterday I attempted to film this very video, but not in this room. This is in my little princess's room. I picked up my phone, was about to start filming, and then I got a phone call. Obviously you can't film when you're on the phone if you're using your phone to film. It got me a little bit agitated, so I wasn't really in the zone. I'm not very good on the phone at the best of times. I had children in the car waiting because we were doing the school pickup, and as soon as I start filming, they're sitting quietly, as soon as I start filming, it all happens. You know what kids are like. So I wanted to talk to you about something, and I'm a little bit embarrassed, so don't laugh at me, okay? Just don't think I'm weird. You know I'm weird, but I'm weird in a good, quirky way, not weird in a dodgy way. I'm not a dodgy person, okay? I'm just not. I wanted to talk to you about ASMR. I know I feel really embarrassed, but it's actually something I'm interested in. It stands for Audio Sensory Meridian Response, right? And it's something that gets triggered, I guess, in your brain when you hear sounds that relax you. And I have been blissfully unaware that I have been doing this whole ASMR thing my whole life, ever since I was a child, and adults would be talking, and I had one adult in particular, she had a very soothing voice, and I used to stop everything just to get told off for eavesdropping, you know, but really I wasn't interested in what they were saying, but I just wanted to hear her voice. I was making a phone call to somebody a couple of weeks back, and the guy had such a cool voice, not a sexy voice, not one, it wasn't like that, okay? It was just a really nice soothing voice, so I kept asking him questions to keep him talking. My poor husband has had to tolerate relaxation CDs, you know, the music, the flute, the panpipes, water dripping, wolves howling, prairie grass blowing in the prairie wind, frogs ribbiting, crickets rubbing their legs together, chirping. Yeah, he's had to put up with all that. With the advent of YouTube, I can now go and find a video, and I kind of found Bob Ross because I quite like art, and that's when I found out that ASMR, I'm trying to film and there's noise, that's when I found out that ASMR was a thing. And because I read the comments and everybody was like, who's here for the art and who's here for the ASMR? And then I started to watch a few ASMR videos. I realized that there's a channel I'm subscribed to which is not an ASMR channel at all, but the lady on the channel tends to open a lot of packages apologizing for the crinkles, and I'm there going because I fell asleep. She gets long views when I'm watching. The whole thing runs, but it's very frustrating that I don't get to see the end because I fall asleep, because it relaxes me. Cutting to the chase, I've had a go at a few ASMR videos myself that you may have noticed, and specifically focusing on Bible reading, because it's a great piece of literature for one thing, and I just want to share the Word of God. And that's fine, it's not for everybody, but I find that people like to listen to it even if they're not actually believers themselves, so that's yay. But then I kind of thought, even though my channel is a very eclectic channel, I've had everything from cooking to how to do a haircut, into lots of weird stuff and dressing up in costumes, and I just didn't think ASMR videos quite fitted in with the quirky theme of my channel. So, I mean, for example, if somebody was looking for an ASMR video, clicked on one of mine on this channel, and then right afterwards something else came up that was like, whoa, can you imagine? They're like, whoa! We don't want that to happen. So, big announcement, guys. I have made up my own ASMR channel because I enjoy making those sorts of videos. And if you want to check it out, it's not everybody's bag, I understand, but if you want to check it out, it's called Serene Splendor ASMR. And I'll pop a link down below, as you do. And so be sure to check it out if you are feeling anxious or if you're having insomnia problems. It might just help relax you. Now, different sounds trigger off relaxation type triggers for different people. And so what sounds really great to one person might actually be irritating to another, but what's irritating to another person might actually be really soothing and relaxing for another person. So I recommend you try it out. I know there are some channels that do ASMR that are a bit, I just want to point out, ASMR, what it's not okay, it's just not that. It's not sexual. I feel really awkward saying that. Because look at me, I'm practically a granny, okay? And that's the scary thing that has kind of almost put me off doing it, is most of the ASMR channels I have seen, they tend to be young and hot, and I'm old and it's a little bit chilly. I'm not hot, I'm sorry. So I'm not actually confident enough to show my face yet because I'm a little bit embarrassed. I'm a bit shy, and people click on an ASMR channel expecting to see somebody young and hot, and disappointment. So I'm just showing my hands, and I'm a little self-conscious about that because you know about the club thumb, right? These are not pretty hands. They're not. And you know, but now stop that. That's just the way my finger is. I'm not being rude. So yeah, I have old wrinkly hands with a club thumb and a munted finger, which also, I guess it's a club finger. There's a proper name, brachydactyly or something. I don't have a binaural mic, but I do have a lapel mic. See? So that's what I'm starting with. Hey, you work with what you have. I do have fake Spock ears. I could probably put a Spock ear on there and whisper into it. Okay, maybe not. So I'm a little self-conscious, and that's why I'm a bit embarrassed about telling you all this. But hey, I like to learn new things. I like to try new things. So I'm just jumping in. And so that's why I'm telling you about it. So maybe you might like to check out the channel, Serene Splendor ASMR, and maybe you might like it, or maybe you'll look at it and think, oh, that's not my bag. But I just want you to know, I'm not being in any way, okay? It's perfectly wholesome. There is mostly soft-spoken reading and sometimes whispered reading, because some people find whispering quite soothing. I was a little unsure about the whispering at first because I thought, oh, is it sneaky people who whisper or dodgy people? And then I remembered when God spoke to Moses, and there was like the wind and the fire, and then the voice, God's voice came. After the fire came a low whisper. And wow, God sometimes talks to us like that. So that's why I'm perfectly comfortable in sharing the word of God in a low whisper. I might show you a little bit of what I attempted to film yesterday. It's pretty shaming. It was pretty bad. Very ironic, because you're trying to do an ASMR channel and you're trying to talk about ASMR and soothing sounds and speaking softly. I was speaking softly, in case it's probably not quite how I do it on the channel, but it was just an example. So you're trying to do that, and then you have to turn around to the back seat, give your mum voice. And maybe the mum look. You don't want to see my mum look. It's not a relaxing look. That wasn't my ASMR whisper, by the way. That was my mum is not pleased whisper. Okay, I think that's all from me for now. So take care and God bless, and let me know what can I have as my intro, because it's really driving me nuts. Hello, my lovelies. Should I do that? Hello, my lovelies. Hello, my love. hello, my lovelies. Hello, my love. A lot of ASMR channels do, hello, my darlings. But no, that's just not me. And that's the thing about getting in front of the camera and doing YouTube. The whole thing, it's got to be you being you and being yourself and not trying to be something that you're not. So